After 10 days of being away of NR due to NR using the St. Louis Deadbird strategy, the Monster Energy Series is finally back, but only for one from only one race we're only focusing on, and that is the playoff race, which is playoff race number 9, elimination race number 3 for the Monster Energy Series. This is our 30th race of the season here at none other than Homestead Miami Speedway. Um, Let me first of all by saying I want to apologize to everybody about the about what happened because of the fact that as I'm gonna go ahead and send this to Cody and I'll send Ormy this link. So NR 2003 decided to crash on me because of the fact it decided to be stupid and drunk and yada yada yada. So we are currently had to get everything all fixed. So I want to apologize to everybody for this little issue. Hopefully, it will not happen again in future reference, if you know what I mean. So I just want to let you all know. Hopefully, this race will not be an issue. Plus, with the fact that this is an elimination race and only Jazz Sugartown's in the final four, 3 drivers will join Jazz Sugartown into the final 4 to compete for the championship. But we have 54 laps of racing here today. Some of these drivers got moved to this group right here because of the fact that 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 they need to get out of the danger zone as far as that is concerned. So let's see how that will go here today. As Frida Suarez starts on the pole, Melissa Cooper alongside. Want to explain about the Melissa Cooper situation. I was supposed to have the 82 taken care of, but with the fact that the 82 wouldn't download, I had to get her a 71, which is a Ford. K1 Speed is the sponsor, so I do want to apologize to Cody Smart for this issue, if you know what I mean. London Jackson, Kelsey Hobson, Road 2. Here is the rest of your starting lineup. I will need to fix that later. So I'll need to fix, I'll fix Turner's car next week, so that way. There's Amber Whitecastle, who has a good chance to possibly lock up the Rookie of the Year title. Katsura Mirmaz, Ricky Cervantes. There's a couple of playoff contenders who are starting near the rear of the field. Lauren Ekstrom, who has a chance to get into the Final 4 to compete for the championship. Sandy Watson, Brianna Knight rounding out the field. Here's the points coming into today's race, all the way down. Yeah, by the way, before I did the, so, of course, I started watching the runoff, so yeah. So, let's go over the points scenario. I will fix Turner's car later, which I'll have to re-download it, but anyway. Coming into this race, Jazz Sugartown has the points lead by 31 points over Jacob Tutu. Betty Johnson, 54 points back, and 76 points back is Lauren Ekstrom. 9 points below the cut line is Katsura Mirmoez. 82 points back is Brittany White. Brianna Knight and Quincy Einstein. White, Knight, and Einstein come into this race in a must-win situation. So, and based off what we saw in our truck series and our Buffalo Wild Wings series, they had we had some long green flag runs. Yeah. I will fix Turner's little issue with his grill because I don't know why. So, for 8 drivers, their goal is to try to get this win and get in the Final 4. Who will win this playoff race? Who will be the 4 drivers getting eliminated? Will Whitecastle lock up Rookie of the Year? Green flag! Buggity! 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 Let's go racing, boys and girls! Who's moving on to the final four and who's getting eliminated? Oh boy. Glad this series is back, and I'm really sorry to Ormy for having all this issues as far as the cars are concerned. London Jackson in third. This driver needs to win Rookie of the Race, or it is over. Oh, shut up about the low space. I'll fix the low space later. I can fix low space later. It's not going to be an issue. But I have to go fix Turner's car because I don't know what the flip is wrong with Turner's car, which is the grill. So I do apologize for Turner. I'll probably put it under the Toyota. Only Jazz Sugartown, we know, is in the final four to compete for the championship, regardless what happens next week. In front of her is Ebonia Mirmoez. There's Katsura Mirmoez, who is absolutely needing a good run today. There's Courtney Lynn. Here's Mia Watson, the 84, driving the Sailor Moon car. She'll be in that car for the final two races of the season. Also, you notice it's only a 42 car field because of the fact I wanted to save me a headache from having to do division racing. Oh, Ashley Reynolds has had a problem. What happened to Ashley Reynolds on the grid? Ashley Reynolds looked like she stalled. Yep, she stalled. Oh, whoa, whoa. Looked like reverse right in front of playoff contender Betty Johnson. She stalled her car. That was right in front of a playoff contender. I don't see any damage to the Wilson security car. I'm going to check to see if she has any damage. She doesn't have any damage. I don't know if she had a problem or what, because I don't know if Reynolds had a problem on the grid, because it doesn't look like Johnson's got any damage. And remember, Betty Johnson is one of the drivers trying to make it into the Elite Eight, or into the Final Four, excuse me. And Reynolds is up there. Here's some drivers at the back. Valentina Fernandez back here. Brianna Knight. This is not what she needs. Brianna Knight needs to be up there trying to win this race. Betty Barrett's back here. Luke Knight. Ricky Cervantes. Danny Rand. There's June Einstein battling with Quincy. Quincy's in the must-win situation. There's Kelly Moore in the 6. There's Alita Perez. We haven't seen her in a while because of the fact she was out due to a family emergency, so she will be exempt. Bridget Thomas, who had to move rides because of the fact NR decided to use the you-know-what strategy. There's Violet Jackson in her new ride, the 75. Why is there blue on the car? Unless that's tape. That's weird seeing. It's weird seeing blue on the front end of that car unless that's tape. There's Jacob Tutu, one of the drivers battling for the playoffs. There's Timmy Turner. Brittany White is right in third. Brittany White was a total of 82 points below the cut line. Quincy Einstein, Brianna Knight, we know are in a must-win situation. So Brittany White, let's see, Brittany White is ahead of Lauren Ekstrom. So as of now, a couple of drivers from my team, World NOS Racing, who are in the Elite Eight, which is Betty Johnson, Brittany White. As things stand, one of them's going to the Final Four. The other one's going to be eliminated. As I had to check on my phone. My phone's being stupid. You know what? There we go. Charger's been stupid with me lately, so I don't know why. Back up front with Frida Suarez, Melissa Cooper in second. Reason Cooper is in this group is because, well, one, I lost all the list, but two, she was one of the drivers in the danger zone of possibly dropping to the to Buffalo Wild Wings. Same with Hazel Triggs, who's going to leapfrog a bunch of drivers who are not here. They're probably on vacation, but they will be back next week at Toronto. Brianna Knight, as of right now, she's going to be one of the four. Or actually, no. Let me check. Okay, I was right. I was about to say, am I incorrect or not? But as of now, it's looking like Brianna Knight is going to be one of the four drivers who's going to be eliminated from the championship, which would be a tough break for her. There's Annie Thomas, former champion in the series. Excuse me. There's June Einstein, who just got eliminated from round 2. Kelly Moore. There's Sandy Watson, Rebecca Hawkins, the outgoing champion, Abonia Miroez, struggling in the 28th position. Luke Knight. There's Quincy Einstein. I think Quincy, as of now, he's probably going to be eliminated unless something goes right for him. Same for Betty Johnson, who came in this race third in the point standings. And Lauren Ekstrom, who's battling with playoff contender Jazz Sugartown. And she came in that critical 4th position in the points. The good news for her, the interesting part, the guy who's trying to run her down for that spot is right behind her. That is Katsuro Mirmoez. There's Josephine Bouvier. Like I said, it's going to take me a while to get back into commentating races because I just got NR back. Penelope Von Schweetz in the Napa colors this week. Hazel Triggs, this is a well-needed run from her. And like I said, with a lot of drivers not running this weekend because of the hurricane issues we've had in the 10 days since we last talked to you for the Buffalo Wild Wings and Truck Series. As Melissa Cooper and Frida Suarez still showing the way. Brittany White looks like, as of now, she might be in the Final Four to compete for the championship. London Jackson is doing what she needs to do. She's trying to win Rookie of the Race. Even if she wins Rookie of the Race, it may not be enough. Because if London Jackson does not score enough points, that might be it. Ricky Cervantes not having a good run here in the 2. Of course, this is the wrap-up of the Homestead weekend because all of the drivers for the AutoZone Amateur Series, Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings, they're already in Toronto. The Monster Energy Series haulers are also in Toronto. The only issue is Only the playoff drivers are still here in Miami, not in Toronto. So they will have a very late night flight to Toronto as I just killed a fly. I killed a fly while commentating this race. Congratulations, I get a gold star. Also, if you've noticed on my laptop, since I last spoke to you, which was 10 or 11, 10 days ago, which was the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, that white little board you see right up here is gone. Because I went to a repair shop, he removed it and cleared up a shitload of space. So he did me a whole lot of good. Frida Suarez leads this race. Frida comes into this race 29th in the points. She's already safe for another season, but has not been to victory lane this season. Neither has Melissa Cooper. Brittany White currently in third. London Jackson in fourth. Been very proud of London Jackson this year. Even if she doesn't win Rookie of the Year, I told her, hold your head up, keep your head up high, and your sister, is proud of you, even though you may be disappointed. Which could mean this young lady right here who's running in 14th, that would be Amber Whitecastle. As long as she has a good run and nothing bad happens, because there is, let me see how many rookies there are. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is counting her, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 8 rookies in this race. Whitecastle needs to finish. As Ari Springer's got a problem. Whitecastle needs to finish in the top 3 as far as the Rookie of the Year is concerned. She'll take home the Rookie of the Year title. As problems for Ari Springer, who was eliminated back in round 2. Something wrong on the Spirit of Indiana Lincoln. Of course, they're going to have a new teammate next week at Toronto. So Ari Springer, who after tire went down. That's a crappy way to come off that break and have a tire problem, which the sun is out and it's hot and slick. So I could see why. There's Courtney Lynn. Nam has yet to go to victory lane this season. There's Brenda Eveling. If you didn't hear the news in between Buffalo Wild Wings and this race, which was 10 days difference, Nathan Orman Motorsports acquired, a few drivers from World NOS Racing for Courtney Lynn, Brenda Eveling in that deal. And also, we don't know what's going to happen to Vanellope von Schweetz. So von Schweetz's future could be a interesting one, but there's been some rumors that Vanellope von Schweetz could be racing in 2 cars next season. As far as the Monster Energy Series, whenever she's not racing with World NOS Racing, she'll be with Nathan Orman Motorsports. That's the rumor I'm hearing. And whenever she's with the new Hyundai Autosports, which is a brand new team that's coming up to the Monster Energy Series next season, she will be teammates with this gal right here, Annie Thomas. Annie Thomas's girlfriend, Betty Johnson. And the 93, which will be Megan Jones. You will see Megan Jones next week. Meanwhile, Frida Suarez pulling away to a comfortable lead. We have yet to have a caution in this race. If I haven't fixed ratings, I do apologize. I'll fix them when I get time. I just need to get this race done. And Brittany White, by the way, is the highest of the playoff contenders. So this is a good opportunity for Brittany White to possibly punch her ticket into the championship four. Jacob Tutu is the next highest playoff driver. So looks like Jacob Tutu is in a good situation to punch his ticket into the final four. The battle, however, is going to come down between the 44 and the 73 for the final transfer spot, which would be disastrous for Cody Smart. The 73 is running in 29th. The 44 is 21st. So as of now, and with where Betty Johnson's running, as of now, as we're at the halfway mark, it would be Sugartown, Tutu, White, and Amir Mewez in the final four, which would mean Betty Johnson, Lauren Ekstrom, as of now, would be two of the four drivers which would join Brianna Knight and Quincy Einstein being eliminated as things stand. And boy, and also, let's see the running order right now over here to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's see. It was 13 points coming in. No is the answer. If Whitecastle stays right where she's at, Amber Whitecastle will take home the Rookie of the Year honors. The reason I was checking that to see what would happen as far as the Rookie of the Year situation. Boy, for a driver who did not win a race, this season, this is what happens when you haven't commentated in 10 races. Let me go to the 17. That's impressive for this driver. And plus, I forgot to tell Cody this. This is a brand new paint scheme for the 17 of Amber Whitecastle. 53rd Bank, Best Buy as the sponsor. Not sure what Amber Whitecastle is doing next season. She is a former Truck Series driver. I don't remember if she won in if she's ran Buffalo Wild Wings. I could be wrong. But as of now, it's looking pretty darn good. And I'm going to go use the bathroom. I will be back. Oh, shut up, phone. All right, I'm sorry about that. I had to go use the bathroom because I was having gas all of a sudden. Back with Frida Suarez, who's been dominating this race. Looks like the two Michael Walter racing cars. Big news today was they're going to be moving to Chevrolets next season. Betty Barrett's having a dismal run. Ari Springer is one lap down. Nobody is out of the race, surprisingly. We still have all 42 drivers still in this race. This gal right here will be the points leader going into Toronto, Jazz Sugartown, who won back a few weeks ago at Michigan. By the way, that's as of this recording, it's been 10 days. For you guys, it's only been 1 day. And Katsura Mirmoz right now has the final transfer spot of moving to the Final Four. Believe it or not, that would be huge for Egypt to have a driver in the Final Four to compete for the championship. I know their compadres that they have in the. They've scored some more wins with the Gamol sisters, who are in the AutoZone Amateur Series, which you will see them and the other AutoZone Amateur Series drivers next week at Toronto. And I know Brittany White will be cheering for Hattie Swore, who is in, I believe she is in this race. If she is not, she is not. Of course, Hattie Swore is battling for the championship in the Truck Series, which you will see her and the 41 other drivers next week. Of course, it is going to be a sad full weekend next week. You know, last race for Sean Art in the 59, because next season we're going to have some new drivers in that, right? Because Sean and the drivers that are racing in the Foster Series will be in the Foster Series next season. Or this season right now, I should say. There's Danny Rant. Ari Springer is probably going to be a little disappointed. I also failed to mention this in the playoffs. For the 16 drivers that made it into the playoffs, they've also accomplished another thing. Other than keeping their spots for next season, they are in the clash for next season at Ricky. Which next season, as far as the clash is concerned for next season for this series, we will have a bunch of LCQs, because there's going to be more than 42 drivers locked into that race due to the fact that they have a poll. So how the clash will work for next season is as follows. It will mean we will have former Rookie of the Year champions, which means Amber Whitecastle, who's running in 8th, once she wraps up the Rookie of the Year title, which is looking like that's going to happen, she will be in the clash for next season, because it's Rookie of the Year champions that get locked into the clash. It's also past champions like Annie Thomas, and also this year's champion. And also, I did not tell Cody this, Rebecca Hawkins will be in the clash next season due to the fact she is a former champion of the Monster Energy Series. So at least Cody will be pleased about that. And I saw some dust kicking up. Oh, it's Betty Johnson. It's one of our playoff drivers. What are you doing there, young lady? Betty Johnson with an issue. Looks like she was trying to get to pit road. She missed pit lane. And that will mean Betty Johnson will be eliminated from the championship. So my fears came true. And that's a shame for Betty, but I bet you she's probably going to be upset and in tears. So Betty Johnson, who is one of 2 World NOS Racing drivers that made the playoffs, will not make it to the Final Four to compete for the championship. So That's a shame. That's a bit of a shame. And as much as people want to eject me for excessive rage, and that's not going to happen. This young lady's probably praying to God she clinches the Rookie of the Year title and get it over with. Frida Suarez, by the way, is dominating. She's about to lap Ricky Cervantes and Valentina Fernandez, who was eliminated back in the second round. That Papyrus 86 team, like I said, Frida Suarez has yet to go to victory lane this season, despite not making the playoffs. She's got one fast hot rod. Now, the battle for the final transfer spot, as far as that's concerned. Jacob Tutu looks like he's in a good situation to move on to the Final Four. So that means Canada has a chance, ladies and gentlemen. Lauren Ekstrom is gaining on Katsura Mirmuez. But one of them is going to be eliminated. One of them is moving on to the Final Four. That 86 card, trying to be careful. And that's another thing is the last thing Frida Suarez needs to do is get into an incident which could result in our first caution. We've yet to have a caution in this race, believe it or not. Katsura, and looks like Ekstrom's losing some spots. Jacob Tutu running an 11. Looks like as of now, he's looking really good, folks. And interestingly enough, we're going back to Toronto, which, if memory serves me right, 11 years ago, a certain driver, which would be this gal right here, Betty Barrett, interestingly enough, 11 years ago, Barrett is going to be in the same spot as Jacob Tutu battling for the championship. But what happened in that race? Got involved in a wreck with Abigail Furling, took them both out of contention, which led to Annie Einstein, who's going to be in next week's race when we have the divisions. Led Annie Einstein to go on to win one of now 3 championships in this series. And yes, Annie Einstein has more championships than anyone in this series. And all these drivers who are not in this race, they will get a default 190 points. So that's going to really shake up the points heading into next week. There's Quincy Einstein. Looks like Quincy will be eliminated, which is not surprising. So that also means Mitsubishi Lancer will be eliminated from the manufacturer's title. So that would mean we're down to 2 Chevrolets, is what it's looking like. Possibly an Audi, which we already know Jazz Sugartown's battling for the championship, which she is going to have 5 points over the other 3. And then a BMW in Jacob Tutu. As long as Jacob stays where he's at, which is looking really good for him. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for his teammate, which is Lauren Ekstrom. Not the run Jazz Sugartown was hoping for, but as I said before, she can ill afford a bad run because of the fact that she already had a win in this round and she's already locked in the Final Four. So these 2 races she doesn't have to worry about. The only race she's worried about is next week, which is Toronto, which will have the divisions return next week. We have a big pre-race show next week at Toronto, believe it or not. We're gonna have the DTE Energy NASCAR Cup Series drivers and officials there. We're gonna have the cast from the Muppets, the cast from Sesame Street be there. Um, all of the schools that some of these drivers go to in their countries respectively will be there. It's going to be a great pre-race show next week. And while it is the last race for some of these drivers in the current rides that they're in for right now, for some of them right now, they want to just go out there and have a good old time and just say, hey, we just want to end off the season. Because remember, 10 drivers will lose their spots. Because like I said, I will have to give everybody that did not participate here at those that are not in this race, they will get, like I said, a default 190 points, which will be good for them. However, what that's going to do is wreak havoc on the points as far as the danger zone is concerned. As Frida Suarez is now 3 laps away from her first win of the season. And also for Jacob Tutu, who's starting to slip back, he's 3 laps away from locking his spot into the championship 4, along with Brittany White. And Brittany White needed a good run today. There's Brittany White. There she is. She's running in third, I'm sorry. 2 to go for Frida Suarez. The first race back after NR decided to use the dead bird strategy, and Frida Suarez is going to possibly have this thing wrapped up. And of course, it is the final day of September as I'm recording this race, but it's a good option. Next time by Frida Suarez, we'll see the white flag, which will mean one more time around Homestead. Frida Suarez, the Mexican driver. She has not been to victory lane this season. This will be her first win of the season and a spot into the All-Star race next week. Down the back straightaway for the last time here at Homestead. Remember, this is the track that Nathan Orman won, so that means Chevrolet has won 2 of the last 3 races here at Homestead. As Frida Suarez rounds off turn number 4, first win of the season to Frida Suarez, and she will take the playoff race here at Homestead. Brittany White, here she comes through 3 and 4. She is ahead of Katsura Mirwes. She is ahead of Lauren Ekstrom. Here she comes off turn 4. Brittany White might have just locked herself a spot in the championship 4. Jacob Tutu. Here he comes off turn 4. He will be in the championship 4. Now the battle for the final transfer spot. Where did the 44 finish? 18th. 73, 25th. Looks like Katsuro Mirwes has punched his ticket to Toronto. And he will battle for the championship. How do you like me now? We will confirm that with you all. As I had to save the results. Standings are indeed official. Frida Suarez to win. Melissa Cooper second. Brittany White might have solidified her spot in the final 4. London Jackson 4th. Whitecastle 11th. It's not enough. Amber Whitecastle, despite finishing 11th, is your 2023 PCSRA Monster Energy Series Rookie of the Year. What a delight for that 17 bunch, who's been so consistent, hasn't been to victory lane yet, And she has guaranteed herself the Rookie of the Year title. Congratulations. London Jackson, I know, will finish second in the Rookie of the Year standings, but fourth. But she gave it an effort, but White Castle will be the Rookie of the Year champion. Congratulations to her, and she clinched it with just one race to spare. So that means London Jackson and White Castle will go out for pride in next week. Strawberry Lawson fifth, Timmy Turner sixth, Samantha Maple seventh, Brenda Eveling eighth, Jacob Tutu ninth. Jacob Tutu will battle for a championship next week. So, can he rewrite the history the right way and not have another Betty Barrett of 2012? Let's pray and hope next week that's the case. Violet Jackson 10th, Amber Whitecastle 11th, Kelsey Hobbs 12th, Hazel Tricks 13th. Couple of drivers right near that danger zone. And with some drivers not racing this weekend, that might have just got them out of the danger zone. Mia Watts, last car on lead lap in 14th, and then everybody else in a caution-free race, may I remind you. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, Betty Johnson actually dropped out of the race. Looks like the engine let go on Betty Johnson. So from the highs of Brittany White to the lows of lows, and sadly, Betty Johnson has officially been eliminated. That's such a heartbreaker for that 83 team. But I know she's going to go out there in the Toronto and go out to try to get another win to end off what has been a very good season for her. I mean, 2 wins, 4 top 5s, 13 top 10s. That's something she will probably need to hold her head up high. I bet you Annie Thomas will probably go hug her in just a second. Brianna Knight, 39th. That is going to be Brianna Knight's championship hopes done. So tough break for Brianna Knight. Let's see here. So we've now confirmed Betty Johnson, Brianna Knight, Quincy 27th. That's not going to be enough. And Lauren Ekstrom 25th. That's not. And with Kat Zero finishing 18th, now we officially know the 4 drivers that have been eliminated from the championship are Ekstrom, Quincy Einstein, Brianna Knight, and Betty Johnson, which we're about to confirm that with you right now. If that is indeed. We're going to confirm it with you. I don't want to quote-unquote jinx myself. I've done that several times, and we all know how that went now, don't we? Monster 400, I'll just name it like it is. And we will see all those drivers next week, so there you go. All right, let's confirm it to you all. That way we can get this done and over with, and I don't have to F with this later. And now score 4 is being a derping hyena. Give me a second, y'all. I hate score 4. See, this is what happened when you haven't touched score 4 in 10 days. It decides to be a derping hyena. And let's see. No, I was wrong. That 3rd place result was not enough. So actually, I'm mistaken. Ekstrom would be in the final 4. Oh my goodness. So I was wrong because I forgot Brittany White had to win this race. So that was not enough. Woo! Lauren Ekstrom just dodged a major bullet. So I was correct. Betty. So that means World Nos Racing will not make it into the final 4. That's a tough break for them. So that means officially. So that was unofficial, I said. So officially, the final 4 drivers are Jacob Tutu, Jack Sugartown, Kat Zero Mirmois somehow, and Lauren Ekstrom. So history is made as we're going to show you the rest of the points. None of these changed other than, a couple of drivers moving up in the deal as far as that's concerned. And yep, I have confirmed it by 10 points. White Castle, it's not going to be enough for Betty, or for, oh, hi, Brian. So even though if White Castle gets Rookie of the Year points, which is going to be the case, she will walk up the Rookie of the Year title, as I said. So there you go. So that means we now know who our final four drivers are to battle for the championship. In the truck series, it will be Tico Jumiaka, Samantha Granger, as I need to fix her points in just a second because I don't know why it has 2. It should be 5, not 2. I'll fix it later. It will be in trucks, Jumiaka, Samantha Granger, Hattie Swore, and Justin Hugo for the truck series. For the Buffalo Wild Wings series, it will be Annie Winters, Monica Towns, Max Lipson, and Carla Sanat. And in Monster, it will be Tutu, Sugartown, Amir Moez, Katsuro Amir Moez, that is, and Lauren Ekstrom, who will battle for the championship. Hope you guys enjoyed this elimination race, the final elimination race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become a part of the PCS Array crew today. We have shown you your full finishing results. You saw your rookie points, your overall points heading into Toronto. You will see the reformatted points heading into Toronto with Jazz Sugartown being the points leader by 5 points over Jacob Tutu, Katsura Mirmoez, and Lauren Ekstrom. So championship weekend has finally arrived, and these drivers, let's head to the damn airport and get out of here because Sportsnet Central is coming up next. So long from Toronto, from Homestead. We'll see you in Toronto, and I've been Dean DeVille signing off. And thanks for watching another broadcast of the PCS Array, the best NR racing since 2017. Let championship weekend in Toronto